Joining me right now is Mike Rodriguez, UFC light heavyweight. What's going on? Welcome to Kumite Radio.
What's happening? Thanks for having me.
Since I'm based out of Asia, and I know you
right.
are a guy that used to watch or still watch Pride, what is one of your favorite fights of all time? Like a fight that you would tell somebody, hey, you got to go on Fight Pass and watch this fight.
The fight that drew me into MMA, which was Shogun vs. Little Nog. I think it was 2005 Grand Prix, Pride Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken. Love that fight. Love it. If it was for that fight, I would not be in the sport. Another good one that I really liked was it was Wanderlei versus the Crow Cop one. That was a cool fight.
Oh, when he got
Crow Cop head kicked him, yeah. Man, the list goes on. There's so many good ones. Rampage had a couple of good fights, even though he was like really green at the time. But yeah, he was in a lot of good fights. Shogun was more my guy. I loved watching his fights.
Do you want to fight Shogun since he was your guy before he retires? He's still around.
I would love to. It just would be awesome just to share that moment with him before he retires.
Cool.
I would love to.
Lausanne MMA, that's where you train out of. But how did you get your start? How did you get into that camp?
So originally I was at it's Trifecta MMA. I was there originally. I was training there. That's where the first couple of amateur fights I had in my the first couple of pro fights in my amateur career was all out of that camp. And I would cross train with Lausanne MMA. And I moved to Arizona for a little bit because my wife's a travel nurse. We moved to Arizona. When I came back, I'm like, man, I want to get that training back. I want to have that training full time. And so when I got back from there, I just was like, I'm going to go to Lausanne full time. And that's how I've been. And I've been there ever since.
You said that your wife is a nurse. So does that help you a lot in your mixed martial arts? Because you get injured.
You damn right. Yeah. Every time I come bruised up or something, I was like, baby, come look at this. What is this? She's like, you're all right. Just throw some ice on it. Ibuprofen, you're fine. I'm all right.
Awesome. You got started at Cage Titan, and then you transferred over to CES Promotions. You blew through the competition. Highlight reel is extensive. What is your best moment fighting for CES?
I would say my best moment is when I caught that flying knee. So that day was a really bad day. Leading up to that fight, the last week of our camp, or second last week of our camp, I lost a buddy of mine. His name's Devin Clark, and he got into a car accident the Saturday before that fight. We both were supposed to fight on that card. And so his wake and everything was the day of weigh-ins, or the day after. Yeah, it was the day of weigh-ins. So I get up in the morning, I go weigh in, and then after the weigh-in, we're like, oh, we're gonna go to the wake. So we're going to the wake, and I'm just trying to chug water to get rehydrated. I'm trying to chug water, chug Pedialyte, and I had to go to the wake. So I went to the wake, and it was in the summertime. So we're standing outside because it was a huge line going around the whole funeral home. And we were sitting inside in this line for a good 3 hours. Sun was just beaming on me. And I'm just trying to sit there and hydrate, but it felt like I was trying to hydrate inside of a sauna. You know what I mean? So we after we was done with the wake and everything, I started to feel kind of sick a little bit. I was like, man, I'm not feeling good at all. And I was like, whatever, I'll shake it off. I'll be all right. And I just was feeling good. Went to sleep, woke up, fight day. I was feeling nauseous and woozy and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'll be all right. Leading up to the fight, we get to the venue. We're sitting in the back. We're hanging out. In the back, I started feeling myself to throw up. I started my mouth started getting warm, but I didn't throw up. I just was feeling it. And I was like, man, I really don't feel like fighting. I don't feel good to fight right now. But I had to just pump myself up, get going. I had to just get that engine going. Come on. I just had to tell myself, man, I got to do this. So I went out there, and like I moved around a little bit in the fight, and the kid was moving like very like sporadically. I'm like, oh man, I feel like chasing this dude. I literally felt like I was gonna throw up on him. And I was like, all right, what is something for me to get him the hell up out of here really fast? And I just faked the jab through the knee and boof, took him out. I was like, holy shit, it landed. So yeah, that was the most memorable moment I had.
That is a roller coaster of a few days right there.
Oh, it was insane.
Now, after that, run that you had, you got picked up for the Dana White's Contender Series last summer. You went in there, flying knee, first round. Snoop is there, I'm pretty sure that was kind of exciting, right? Dana White is there. Dana White's face after you did that, he gave that face like, who is this guy, Yeah. That was probably pretty exciting for you, right, when you rewatch it.
Oh, man, it was awesome. I watch it all the time. Because every time I see somebody, people always want to see my reaction to it. And I'm like, I'm the one that did it. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just so good to watch it with you. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So I always watch it. And I literally watched it like 2 or 3 days ago. And I'm still in shock about it. Like, it was just such a crazy moment in my life. That whole week was just perfect. Like, it was awesome.
After the fight, you did some interviews, and you were saying that you're very big on self-motivation. And you had a good quote. I liked the thing that you said to yourself. You said, "Be phenomenal or be forgotten." Is that something you created, or is that something you got somewhere else?
No, I can't take credit for that, even though I would love to. I can't take credit for that. That's it's a quote from they call him E.T. Eric Thompson. He's a motivational speaker. And he talks to a bunch of athletes. He's always talking to athletes. And that's one of the things he had said to I think he was talking to the Buckeyes. And he told them that. And then that year they ended up winning the football thing. The college football thing. Yeah, the national championship, sorry. Yeah, that's his quote. He's the one that always said it. And I always just ran with it. Always told myself, be phenomenal, be forgotten. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Anytime I need that extra motivational in anything, whether it can be down to if I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like about to summon something, I'm like, all right, be phenomenal, be forgotten. Like I do it all the time. I say it to myself all the time. They're like trying to struggling to get out of their bed. I tell myself that. Like, it's just something that gives me that extra juice throughout the day.
It must be just a part of your life now where, you don't even have to think about it. It just comes to you naturally.
Yeah.
I definitely now, do. You also said that you were going to go on vacation. Did you get to go on vacation afterwards?
No, I didn't even get a chance to. So I after the whole fight and everything, I came back home, hung out a little bit, and I started feeling all these knee pains. I started having a bunch of knee pains. And I had to get my knee checked out, the same knee that I landed with. Come to find out, I cracked my kneecap and my cartilage when I landed that knee. So I had this big crack going down my kneecap, and I had to rehab that. So I couldn't really do anything. I just had to rehab that. And the next thing you know, they're talking about, oh, you want to fight? When do you want to fight? I'm like, oh, crap. So, yeah.
So hence that 8-month layoff. You had the rehab. How did the rehab go? And did you have some down moments during that rehab? Like you want to get in there because there's Sean O'Malley's out there fighting on pay-per-views and all the other guys in the Contender Series are getting fights. Was there some moments during that time?
No, I didn't want to rush it. I just was like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason, There's obviously a reason why I got put on the shelf for a reason. So I just accept my fate and just trained around it and just rehab my knee. That's it. Now
you're back. UFC 223. You're going to face Devin Clark in your debut. Devin Clark is down there at Jackson Winklejohn's. He's working with Jon Jones. He's drilling with Jon Jones. There's a lot of comparison between you and Jon Jones. Are you flattered by this?
Yeah, it is flattered. I mean, he's the GOAT. That's like if, you say a basketball player, oh, you're compared to LeBron James. People are like, oh, damn, hell yeah, So, yeah, I'm flattered by it. It's awesome.
With these comparisons to Jon Jones, what makes you different from him, though? Because, not everybody's the same.
Yeah. I think, well, one, I'm not trying to throw no shade, but obviously I make better choices than he does. And two, I just think that actually we're very similar. A lot of things are very similar. It's more similar than there is differences. The major differences, yeah, we make different choices. But
what are some of those similarities that you see in your game with his?
We both like to use our reach. We both like to kind of be like a showboat with moves and stuff. Like we don't just do like the ordinary, I'm just going to throw this left kick and that's it. Now we're like, let's spice it up. Let's throw a jumping, spinning left kick. We like to be unorthodox. That's like the similarities between us. And
your opponent, Devin Clark, in his last fight, he was choked out with the standing guillotine, right?
Yeah.
When you watch that fight, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. How do you assess his skill set and his last performance?
His last performance, leading up to that choke, like he looked pretty solid. He didn't look that bad. He just, he ended up getting caught. But I seen him fight. I literally seen all of his fights, like as they happened. But I didn't think, oh, you're gonna be fighting him in the next year or two. Like, I mean? I didn't think of that. So like, I think he's pretty good. I think he's a good kid. I have nothing bad to say about him. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's trash or anything. No, he's nice. He's good.
You said you've seen all of his fights. What type of fighter do you think he is when after you've watched everything?
He's a aggressive wrestler. I know he has wrestling background, and he's also he comes out guns blazing. Like there's no like, let me feel out with him. He's coming for you. And that's something that, some guys were ready for it. Some guys weren't in a lot of his fights. So
you're categorized as a striker. He's categorized as an aggressive wrestler. You got the flying knees, which is like the Achilles heel for a lot of these wrestlers. Do you see that flying knee showing up during this fight?
If it's there, it's there. I'm not ashamed to throw it again. I'll take 3 of them. I'll do 3 of them. Fuck it. If he gives it to me, I will definitely land it.
Now, how do you see this playing out, though? It's your debut. It's on a big pay-per-view, right? You guys are the only light heavyweight bout on this card.
Really?
Yeah.
We're the only ones?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very unique because usually there's at least like 2 or 3, like fights in one weight class. But this one is packed with a lot of the lower weight divisions. And how do you see this playing out? He seems like he's coming off a loss. He's training with Jon Jones. There's a lot of factors going on here.
Yeah. It's going to be – I see me stopping him in the second round, honestly. I think I'm going to stop him in the second round. I just have that gut feeling. From start to finish, I'm going to be trying to finish him in any shape, way, or form. Because I don't like to be going to the cards. I don't trust those people. I don't trust judges. But yeah, I just see myself finishing him in the second round. I just got a feeling.
Since this is your debut, what is your plans for the rest of the year? The year is long. Do you plan on fighting 4 times, or do you have some people in your mind that you would like to fight this year?
This year, nah, man. This year, I'm just trying to get the experience, I guess you would say. Just get my debut, hopefully fight in a couple of months from now, depending on how I am coming out of this fight. But yeah, I'm not trying to rush it. I always try to make everything be a marathon and not a sprint, you know, because, you know, if you go sprint too hard, hit a rocky road, get an injury, it's no bueno, you know. So I'm just trying to just be cautious and just keep a steady pace throughout it. But I definitely do want to fight about 3 times this year.
All right. Before I let you go, I have a question for the Asian folks out there. What's your favorite type of Asian food?
Man, I love, if I would have to like be on death row and you're like, yo, you got to pick something, I would say Thai. I love Thai food. Yeah.
Have you ever been out to Thailand?
No, I haven't. I have not. Always wanted to. I have not.
All right. April 7th, Brooklyn, New York, UFC 223, man. Devin Clark, it's your debut. Good luck, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.